Hey everybody, and welcome to Meals with Melissa, where I come up with healthier versions of things that you love to eat. Now, it is still grilling season. I love summer for that reason. Now, mind you, you don't have to use this on the grill. You could use it in the stove, on the stove, or in the oven to bake it. But I don't know about you, but I don't want just plain chicken. I want it to taste good. And a lot of my clients complain that, hey, this is boring. What can I add to it? There is so much you can do to make your proteins and your meals taste phenomenal. So today we're going to make spicy Mexican chicken marinade. It is super easy. I am going to throw it in a bowl today just so I can show you what I'm doing, but honestly, your best bet is to put it in a resealable bag so you can throw your chicken or whatever protein in there, shake it up, and keep it in the fridge until you're ready to bake it. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to start out with 1/3 cup of olive oil. Now, the original count called for vegetable oil. That is not going to happen in my house. Vegetable oil is horrible for you. So same with seed oils, canola oil, you want to skip those all together. I highly recommend that you use an oil that is definitely heart healthy. And even though they claim they are not. So we're going to start with some olive oil, 1/3 cup of olive oil. Okay, and hopefully you can see it behind all my ingredients here. I've got it all lined up perfectly, so all I have to do is put them in, boom, 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 boom. All right, so to that, I'm gonna add 5 to 6 tablespoons of lime juice. Now you can use real limes, to about medium limes, cut them in half, squeeze them in there. Totally up to you, but I already have this on hand. So we're going to use what I have on hand. Why not? You know, that's what it's about. Sometimes you come home, you gotta look at what you have on hand. You don't wanna have to run to the store. Hopefully you have something that works for you. So I'm gonna put about 5 tablespoons of lime juice. 1, boy, I'm counting good today. 2, 3, give it a little kick. Heck yeah. Let's do one more. 5 tablespoons. Okay. So, and if you're not sure how much it is, you just have to look on the bottle. It'll tell you what the crossover is for the limes. All right. To that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of chipotle paste. Now, I was able to find this at my local grocery store, my local Walmart, even though it's not my favorite store ever. So in the Mexican food aisle. So this is chipotle chili paste. We're going to use 2 tablespoons, but I'm going to actually use a spoon to scoop it out because it's actually, the lid is not, the opening is not very big. So I'm going to throw that on my tablespoon, measure it out. And don't worry, we're going to whisk all this up. Super easy, super fast. Honestly, the hardest part of this is that it has a few ingredients, but it's all spices, so it's super, super simple. I don't do complicated. I don't have time, nor do I have the space in my brain to do anything complicated right now, especially at the end of the day. I know when you get home, you're tired, you're ready to just, cook something for the family and then rest. So that works for me as well. All right, so to that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of red chili flakes. Now you could use red chili powder, that's totally fine. But again, I'm gonna use what I have on hand. So I'm gonna add the red chili flakes, 1 teaspoon. This is a full batch. Of course, you can double or triple it if you need to, if you're gonna do a lot of chicken, if you're gonna throw it in the freezer and have it ready for another day, that's totally fine too. All right, I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of sweet paprika. I know, what a fun word to say, paprika. All right, I'm also going to add 1/2 cup of cilantro, fresh chopped cilantro anyway. Make it smell amazing, right? Smell like some salsa. To that, I'm going to also add 1 teaspoon of cumin powder. Cumin, I don't care. Just call it what it is. Right, one teaspoon. Most of these are 1 teaspoon, so it's super easy. I'm just going right down the line, adding it, and then I'm going to whisk it up and throw my chicken in it. All right, I'm going to also add 1.5 tablespoons of onion powder. Okay, so now I'm going to have to kind of pour this in because, again, it's not, the lid is, what do you want to call it? The mouth of the jar is not quite big enough to throw it in there, to scoop it in there. So we're just going to kind of get close, eyeball it just a little bit. I don't do complicated. I'm not trying to overthink this one. All right, so to that, I'm also going to add 1.5 tablespoons of oregano. And again, this is just all dry. You could probably use some fresh seasoning on that one if you want to. But honestly, again, I'm just going to use what I have on hand because I want to make it super quick, have it ready to go and feed my family. All right, so I'm going to throw that in there. Now remember, the longer that you leave everything in the fridge to marinate, the better, the more absorbed the flavors will be into the chicken or the protein that you're using. All right, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, not garlic salt, garlic powder. We're almost there, I promise. Okay, And I forgot to grab the pepper and the salt, so I'm gonna grab that out of my spice cabinet real quick. I know where they are. They're hiding just a little bit behind the apple cider vinegar. Okay, we're gonna do half a teaspoon of pepper. Now, if you have fresh ground, that would be even better. But again, I'm gonna use what I have on hand, and I do not have fresh ground. I'm gonna eyeball this one so I don't have to drag out the half a teaspoon. All right, and then last but not least, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Now, we predominantly in my household use Celtic sea salt at this point, but I am not gonna pull that out again right now because I just don't want to. I know where it is too, but we're just gonna use the salt. This is just regular iodized salt, not a huge fan. I don't like what they put in it to keep it from caking up. Okay, so all we have to do now, hopefully you can see that. Let's move some of my lovely spices out of the way. So you can see what we got going on there. I'm gonna mix it up, I'm gonna whisk it. Now I actually, like I said, you could use different things. You can actually put this in a jar, any sort of sealable container that you want to throw the chicken in so that it can sit there and just marinate and soak up the spices and the liquid. Works just great. You could leave it in the bowl, put it in there, make sure that it's coated and covered, and then cover it with some saran wrap. That works just fine too. But I actually really like the resealable, bag idea, like a quart or a gallon size bag. That's it. It's nice and thick, so keep that in mind. If you need it to be a little thinner, you could add a little bit more olive oil if you really want. But oh my gosh, it smells so good. Again, healthy food does not have to be boring, you guys. You just have to be creative and be willing to look at recipes. The great thing about recipes, there's no magic or mystery to it. You just follow the amounts that are on there and see how it turns out. And then if it's a great recipe for you, save it, use it again. That's what we do at my house. I have a full stack of recipes that work great for me. So that's it. Now, I get my very best ideas from you. If you have a great summer recipe you'd like to share, please DM me or leave a comment down below. I love it. I love getting some great recipes, especially if they're tried and true. Just make sure they're not complicated. Now, if you are not on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, great. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you're coming from Facebook or another platform, make sure you hop on over to YouTube under Fillmore Fitness and definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell so you see all the new recipes that come up. That's it, you guys. Have an incredible week. Try it. Let me know what you think. I'm totally interested to see. It smells so good. I'm so excited. All right. Have a great one now. Bye-bye now.